Welcome back, folks, to our Math Wednesdays. And once again, we're looking at the MathUp program that we use here at Ottawa Catholic School Board. In the month of April, we were looking at additive reasoning. In the month of May, we looked at multiplicative reasoning. And in the month of June, we're going to look at proportional reasoning. And so we're moving through those stages. You'll notice here under proportional reasoning, they actually call it phase 3. So we've moved up and we're going to take a look at those phase 3 problems. This is where we would normally want to see our grade 5, 6, 7, 8 students to really be thinking and working out of is an understanding of this proportional reasoning. So for today, we're going to look at our common task at the junior level. And our common task for the junior level, as you can see, it says complete task 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't really matter which one we do. The first one says use a number line to show one hop that is 3 times larger than another hop. Fill in the benchmark numbers on your number line to show your answer makes sense. Number 2, use a number line to show that 1/3 is half of 2/3. Fill in the benchmark numbers on your number line to show that your answer makes sense. And then finally, the third one is use a number line to show that one fraction is 2 times greater than another fraction. So clearly, we're once again looking at those number lines and just what a wonderful manipulative they are to help us with understanding our math reasoning. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to look at number 2. Use a number line to show that 1/2 or 1/3 is half of 2/3. So if we jump over to our Smart Notebook, we're going to work off of a blank page because when I was trying to figure out how can I draw a number line in a way that you folks can see, this is a good medium for that. So I'm going to start off and I'm just going to use my lines here. And I'm going to start and I'm just going to, let's create my line. And because I'm not always great at drawing, it straightens it out for me, which is wonderful. And I'm going to jump over to my pen. And with my pen, I'm going to make my marks in there, get my beginning, get my end. And I'm going to kind of guesstimate as best I can, but I'm going to put a mark right there, and I'm going to put a mark about there. And the reason for it is because in dealing with wanting to show 1/3 being half of 2/3, I know from a fraction standpoint, my denominator, or that 3 at the bottom, represents the whole. It's the whole value of my number line. And so that's why I want to have that last mark be 3. And so this entire number line represents a value of 3. And so my fractions then are going to be 1/3 of my number line is there, and 2/3 of my number line is there. And so at this point, let's do our jumps. And again, with the Smart Notebook, I love the fact that it actually creates the jumps for me. So I'm going to just do my jump, move it there. And let's do my next jump. We're going to move it there. And let's do my third jump by taking my finger off the clicker, releasing, and then clicking again. So there's my 3 jumps. I've got my first jump, my second jump, and my third jump. And I can see at this point, if I go back to my question, use a number line to show that 1/3 is half of 2/3. Fill in the benchmark numbers in your number line to show that your answer makes sense. So I think I've done that. So as I look at just this value, they want me to show how 1/3 is half of 2/3. Well, if I look, there's my 2/3 right there. Is my 1 halfway between that portion of the value? It absolutely is. And so I can visually see that 1/3 is exactly half of 2/3. And that's really what this question is asking. If I was to look at the other problems that were listed here, again, use a number line to show that one hop is 3 times larger than another hop. I could actually do it, use this problem right here again, where if I use my hop and I do this one, can I show at this point that this one hop versus that hop, do I have 3 within that one? Absolutely. So I can again show that I'm now showing that it's 1/3 or 3 times. This one hop is 3 times that hop. And if I was to look at my final one, getting back to my task, use a number line to show that one fraction is 2 times greater than another fraction. It's the exact same thing again, whereas if I take my line here and I do this hop, is this one representing 1/2 of that particular one? Absolutely it is. And so I've actually done all 3 statements using this simple number line and using my hops. So that's really what proportional reasoning is it's doing that, it's really describing fractions in that visual manner to make it much easier to understand what these values mean and what they represent. So hopefully that helps, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.